To match the spirit of this video, let me tell you, this is the fourth time that I try to record this. So anyway, I was inspired on my collection of items that I grabbed from concerts. I have a problem, I have an addiction. This is just a tiny part of my collection of items that I collect from concerts. With the excuse of calling it memorabilia, I grab everything that I can. Tickets, flyers, pics, wristbands, set list, train tickets, whatever related to that day or experience, I put it here. And I keep telling to myself, you cannot throw anything away because every little piece has a story behind. Which is true, but come on. So inspired in this collection, addiction, whatever you want to call it, I decided to create a new section on the channel called Heavy Metal Adventures. And today I'm going to tell you about the time that I almost didn't see Judas Priest live. Let me put some context behind so you can understand the importance of this adventure. I grew up in a very rural area and I had no access to concerts. So whenever I wanted to go to one, I had to plan very carefully the whole experience, meaning lots of time, days away, and very expensive. That was very limited. Okay, train tickets, a place to sleep, food, many things. Then I moved to a city and the situation got a bit better. There was no concerts there, but it was more accessible for me to organize stuff. Still, it was very limited for me, very expensive, and I had like a maximum of 1, 2, if I was lucky, opportunities to go to concerts per year. So I had to be very carefully selecting the experiences. This happened. Judas Priest, Motorhead, and Saxon on tour. And that wasn't the only thing. Judas Priest announced it was their last tour. And I believe that. It was in 2011 and I believed that. So of course I had to go. Truth be told, with the excuse of Judas Priest touring for the last time ever, now we know that wasn't true. I tried to convince everyone around to come with us on this adventure. Nobody agreed. So my brother and I were along, but that was more than enough. We had everything planned, every little detail. My brother came to my house the night before because he lived very close to the train station, like 2-3 minutes in a calm walk. The next morning, somehow we ended up running anyway, and I get very stressed out if I feel that I'm late. By the time we got to the train station, the clock was marking the exact time that we had on our tickets, and a train was coming from the horizon. The train station is very simple, 2 rails, that's it. One comes, one goes, no room for mistake, I guess. There was no indications, but it was very simple, so what happened? I still wonder. Before we were actually able to finally sit down ourselves, we crossed a guy on the hallway and he goes to my brother like, "Hey, are you going on a trip as well? I'm going to Gerona." And we were like, "Yay!" But something started to hum on our heads. What a weird way to go to Madrid. I will leave the map of Spain here, okay? A couple of destinations, tiny and suspicious villages, and a voice from beyond says, "Next station, Burgos Rosa de Lima." Why are we going to Burgos to go to Madrid? The guy in charge of the tickets, no sign of life. More than an hour on that train and nobody revised our tickets. We could be traveling for free. And finally he appeared, he asked for our tickets, and we were very shy. "Sir, something seems wrong." What a lovely guy, I tell you. He confirmed indeed that we were going on the wrong direction and we should go out on Burgos and then ask for help. The people at the train station was the nicest, the most efficient and professional that I ever witnessed. We were ready to pay because it was our fault, but they took care of everything and they put us on a train for free. We were very lucky because there was only one train with 2 seats available. That was it. There was no more that day to Madrid. And I was scared because, we lost some time on that failed trip, and the train wasn't leaving until 11, I think. And there was some distance, so I was worried that we were going late again. My problems. But turns out it was the most expensive and fastest train, and in just 1 hour we were in Madrid after a long time waiting on the train station. That's another part of the story, okay? You may be thinking, weather in Spain in the summertime, that's so hot. You must be sweating all the time. Yes, kind of. Our city is actually quite cold, so in the mornings you get that chill. But I was prepared for the summertime in Madrid wearing a pair of shorts, something that I never did back then. Okay? Turns out, if our city is cold, Burgos is even colder. It's like fucking Winterfell, and that was early in the morning, and the train station was a fucking iced chamber. We got stuck there for several hours, and I was freezing my fucking ass. But after many hours waiting there, doing nothing, we got to Madrid. You can see the price here. It was free. We arrived to Madrid, and it was time to find the place that I booked to sleep. And there was no smartphones, no internet, no guidance from heaven, so that was another good hour lost and gone, and we were late. And I'm like the rabbit on Alice in Wonderland, always worried about time, so that was a terrible experience. We got our stuff there, we took a pee. It was lunchtime in Spain, but honestly I wasn't very hungry, so I took half of a sandwich, and again, very worried about getting late. More trains, but we arrived, and we got in pretty quickly because they were actually opening doors already. 4 p.m. and the summer sun hitting in our heads. Thousands of cars and a million guitars, they said. More like thousands of smelly armpits, generating thermic energy over me, a poor lady with low sugar level and no food on my digestive system. And I said to my brother, "It smells like vinegar in here." And then I said, "I'm going to faint." And I fainted. The next thing that I remember, poorly, is how a cool barbarian rescued me, carrying me in his strong arms and taking me to the end of the bull ring, leaving me on the floor to then run away to the front row, with the bad luck that his leather bracelet got tangled in my hair and was choking me. I don't know what I saw of Saxon, because I was there taking a full bag of jelly beans to recover my sugar levels. Motorhead, I was there, laying on the floor. JUDAS Priest, I got on top of a mountain of beer boxes that for whatever reason was there, and I saw the concert from there. The rest of the adventure was less pathetic and more quiet, except for the fact that we had to leave the concert before it ended, because otherwise we would lose the subway. And that's it. The time that I almost didn't see JUDAS Priest. But I completely missed Saxon and Motorhead. And that's it.